Sky Mavis, the firm behind the play-to-earn game Axie Infinity, raised a $150 million round led by Binance to reimburse victims of the Ronin attack. So you'll remember on March 23rd, we saw one of the largest DeFi hacks to date after an attacker drained 173,600 ETH and 25.5 million USDC. Now, I wanted to talk about this story because I was surprised that a company could raise this much money to reimburse victims of a hack. And so that's kind of where I want to start. And David, I'm going to toss it down to you just because the hat, I'm still reeling on the hat. Did this surprise you, or is this commonplace? Am I just out to lunch?
No, I mean, it's fairly commonplace. We've seen bailouts like this already just in the last few months. And ultimately, I think that the calculus is that whoever's providing this funding believes that backstopping the ecosystem is worth the money that they're spending. When it comes to bridges, it's really a huge issue. There does seem to be increasing evidence that there's fundamental technical limits to the ability to securely connect blockchains and to move blockchain assets from one to another, which the Ronin bridge was basically for moving Ethereum onto the Axie blockchain. And so that's what failed and got hacked. But the bridges and the ability to trade between blockchains is pretty key to the viability of the ecosystem as it exists now. And so companies that are profiting from the growth of the ecosystem want these bridges to continue, quote unquote, functioning, even if that means they have to step in every once in a while and prop them up. Obviously, there is a limit to how often that's going to be able to happen. But for now, a lot of these companies basically have something like limitless capital to just shovel into these things that technically have flaws, but that they need to seem like they actually work. Maybe I should have left the tinfoil hat on. Anyway, that's my read. I think it's really just about like the money is worth it for whoever is putting in there. It's a long-term play.
Yeah, we saw this with Jump Crypto stepping in and backstopping the wormhole hack. And I think it was just exactly that calculus. Okay, what's $300 million? In the long run, this is going to be worth it. And I think we're seeing a similar move here from Sky Mavis, making sure that the ecosystem is safe and sound is worth the bailout, worth the sticker shock. So it's funny that this is kind of becoming a trend, right? We see these big exploits. We see these companies who want their users to be made whole, and they're willing to take on debt to make that work. So it's interesting to see that this is kind of becoming the playbook for these big, high-profile breaches, especially in the bridging space, which does seem to have some flaws at present. So, yeah. Interesting to see. I think the whole play to earn thing, we did some good, nice reporting over the last couple of weeks on sort of just understanding what the play to earn thing is. And, we talked about Uber a little bit earlier on, I think with the Worldcoin story. And I think play to earn sort of has Uber vibes too, right? You have these gaming guilds that rent out, digital assets to people who are looking to play in these play to earn ecosystems. Those assets are rented out. Those NFTs are costly. They are the car that some outfit in the real world would be renting to someone who's renting a vehicle to drive Uber. Some of those proceeds that they're making from their earnings are then paid back to that guild or that company that's involved there. So there are sort of these interesting dynamics within play to earn that I think the Ronin hack is like making people sort of question and look into what fuels this economy. So that's sort of the subtext here, I think, about what's going on. But yeah, everyone is still chasing that next Axie, and that's what's been fueling so much of this investment in the play to earn space in the last 6 to 8 months. There's yet to be one that's really emerged. DeFi Kingdoms maybe for a minute was kind of popping, but we've yet to see another play to earn smash hit. Sondali, I'm going to throw us down to you in case you have any thoughts on the Sky Mavis thing.
No, I mean, not that I don't have any thoughts, but sorry, I got disconnected for a second there. No, I mean, there's obviously huge amounts of money involved, and I mean, there really needs to be some focus on kind of making these, silos of money like a little bit more secure. And I hope that, in addition to refunding each and every, victim of these like hacks, there's also a lot of effort put into kind of fortifying these these various bridges if it is to continue to be a key part of these ecosystems. So I was stumbling there, but those are my thoughts. It's all about security.
All about security here on the hash. Yeah, we got to think of another metaphor for bridge, right? Bridge is like it's here and then it's there, but in these bridges, there's like just a big pile of money in the bottom, in the middle of the bridge, and the bridge can't necessarily support that big pile of money, and it's a really attractive thing for people to steal. So we got to think of a new metaphor. Anybody in the comments who has a better metaphor for cross-chain bridge, let it be known.